Hey guys, it's Nedzo here. I'm going to bring you some coverage for the VDRL race around here. I'm just going to load up the game, and then if Martin can send me an invite once my game is loaded up, that would help. Martin, if you can send me an invite, that'll be helpful so I can get into the lobby. There we go. We'll bring you some coverage from today's race as I load into the lobby. I hope qualifying will only about 10 minutes to go, or 10 minutes gone, potentially. Yep, 10 minutes to go. And we're at Silverstone here, interesting. Silverstone, a very fast circuit, a very interesting circuit in terms of racing. I don't know who's actually on their flying laps at the moment. Let's see. Let me just get all this stuff enabled. Ice cream is in the pits. Anderson seems to have just started. Let's go on board with Anderson to the start of his qualifying session as he goes in towards turn 2 and now 3. He's locking up quite a bit. Let's hope for his sake that he can improve that on the second run as he bursts out of turn 4 down towards the Brooklands section of the circuit, as he now goes all over the curb on entry, tight, and he's just locking up all over the place. That front brake bias is either too high or he's getting used to having no ABS on. As we come down towards the Cops corner, he is burning that ERS and he comes up to the flat out right-hander, gets it all done nicely, down to 7th gear to get the car in the right rev range, and now through Magnus and Beckett's first 2 corners are flat. Third corner even is still flat, but it's a 7th gear. Now in towards the next part of the circuit, and he's all the way down towards Stowe. He comes now, swings it right into the tricky right-hand corner, but gets it all done nicely. Now up towards the final sector of the circuit, and he's losing the back end across the curbs. It's a very sloppy lap from Anderson. It's a 1 minute 27.4, very sloppy from him. Let's hope for his sake that he can improve that in the future. I think it's Hazard on a lap. I know for a fact that Kevin might be on one. Hazard is. Kevin also is, but Kevin is further along the lap, so let's go on board with the Ferrari man, currently in last place, because he's one of 4 drivers who hasn't set the lap time. Jemble is one of the drivers who hasn't set a lap time, and he is retired from the session, unfortunately. So whether he has a qualifying ban of some sort or some other reason why he isn't currently, or why he isn't going to take part in these sessions, we won't know. But Kevin goes across the line. It's a 126.1 for him. Hazard coming through the second sector now, 3 tenths up on his previous lap. That would currently put him around about the top 10, if he can, especially if he can improve through sector 2. He's currently on course to get into the top 8. If he keeps improving like he is, he could be potentially even into the top 6 drivers on the timing sheets. As we now come down towards the final sector of the circuit, and Hazard across the curb in Vale chicane. Now coming up to the final corner, he goes P10. Not the best of laps for him there. Ice Cream is on a lap as well. We'll see what he can do. He's purple in the second sector apparently. That would be completely in his realm of possibilities. He's a very fast driver. Over the curbs, 5th gear, up to 6th on the exit, now in towards Vale. Gets the turn in. Nicely done over the curbs. Nicely controlled. And it's the 1:26.5. So he goes up into P3. Toto, another driver who hasn't set a valid time so far in tonight's session, but he's also apparently purple. Again, how much I want to believe it, I don't know. He's actually going 6th gear. He doesn't believe that shifting to 5th is the optimal strategy. As we come through the last sector and on towards the main straight. Toto will cross the line. It's pole. A 1:25.984 for the Red Bull man. And now, actually, is Louis Baptiste on a lap? Louis Baptiste is on a lap. He's 4 tenths up. That would currently put him right in the realm to go into the top 4 positions. Let's see what he can do across the line. It's P5 for Louis Baptiste. Cesar coming up to the line. Our second place finisher from yesterday goes P7. Next will probably be Jix. Jix is currently apparently purple through the second sector. Again, I don't know how much I want to believe that because everyone seems to be purple through the second sector. It seems, but let's come through on towards the final part of the circuit. As now we come through across the line, Jix stays at P10, unfortunately for him. As I've just heard from Martin that Gemblebum crashed. That was unfortunate for him. Nicoson is a 10th up on his previous lap. Can he do well? Those two laps, that sector, so that chicane wasn't a very good one from him. He actually backs off right at the end there and doesn't set a faster lap. Not sure what the reason for that would be. But Hadjik has just gone to a lap of his own. Currently a Red Bull 1-2 in this qualifying session. Can he make it even more so for the Milton Keynes outfit? He comes through turns 1 and 2 nicely done, and 3 and 4 through the flat out turn 5. Aintree, named after the historic racetrack that's based around what is now a horse racing venue that hosted the British Grand Prix 4 times between actually it might have been 5 times. It was 1955, 57, 59, 61 and 62. It was where Stirling Moss won his first Grand Prix, and it was obviously an ex-British Grand Prix venue. As we come in towards Cops, nicely done from Rajic there, up towards Maggots and Beckett's, flat out for the first 2 corners. Even for the 3rd corner, it's just you shift down to 6th in the second part of Beckett's. Now through Chapel, on towards the main straight. He's 54 thousandths of a second up. That is currently enough for him to usurp Toto, but if he can just keep it right in this final sector, he should be able to do so. Up to the Vale chicane, very tricky. You can gain a lot of time, but you can also lose a lot of time through this section. 4th gear, up to the line. Is it going to be original pole? Yes, it is, by 26 thousandths of a second for the Red Bull driver. Remus, 1/10 up on his lap. I'm not sure how that wasn't invalid. He just went straight over the curb at Cops. And it's very cloudy here in Silverstone, I'd just like to point out. It will definitely affect the driver's tyre temperatures. Remus is decided to back off because he made a mistake through Maggots and Beckett's. Han, I think, is on a flyer. Oh, and he makes a mistake of his own. So several drivers getting caught out by the characteristics of the last part of Beckett's. Tamer Andari has decided to go 3.8 tenths up on his previous time. That's currently enough to get him into P4. That's a driver I haven't seen before. An international driver, it seems. Not sure where he's from, but he's coming up to the line. And he goes 1:26.0, and that is only a 10th away from the leading pair. Great job from him to get a purple last sector as well. Several drivers on their outlaps. And Han is on a flyer. Hopefully Han doesn't get held up. it should be the case that the drivers get out of his way. They have every obligation to. Uh, 13 thousandths of a second up on his previous time. My good friend Jalay has joined the commentary booth. My second favourite Swede.
Behind.
You're very quiet, Jalay.
Okay, give me 2 seconds, alright.
Hold on, let me just see if it's me. No, it's not me. I've got my microphone all the way up. Let me just check that I've got his audio all the way up. I do. He's muted himself while he sorts some stuff out. So Han coming up towards second sector split. 2 tenths up for him. Meanwhile, everyone else I think has just about started their final flying laps. We may go to them after we've finished this lap on board with Han. We've got a minute to go left in the session, so crunch time for anyone who wants to set a flying lap.
Is this better?
It's a bit better, but it's not. You're still very faint for me.
Okay.
As we wait for Jalay to sort his stuff out. Rajic is retired. He doesn't think he's getting beaten. Either that or he just doesn't have the opportunities to go for a fast lap now. As Ice Cream coming up to the line. Ice Cream, can he do it? No, he can't. He stays P5. Next up is, I think, going to be the Haas of Louis Baptiste. Currently in P6. Can he wrestle his American machine into a top 5 position? In towards the final 2 corners he comes. Easing that car in there. 3rd gear, 4th gear on the exit. Gets a bit of extra turn that you don't really want through that part of the corner. P4 he goes. Good representation for him there. One of the stake Saubers is coming up towards the line, but it's Ozan Izik. He's not really done a good performance there, Ozan. But can he put himself into contention with a last gasp lap? No, he can't. P12 for him. One of the Aston Martins. It's Don't Play Zero coming across the line. Stays P16. One of the Ferraris, that may be Kevin. It is Kevin. He goes P1. P1, 1 minute 25.791 for him. Great move from him to get into that position. Remus up to P10. Then the other Ferrari of Jix up to the finishing line. P10 displaces Remus again. As next up is Nico-san. What do you say?
Is this better?
It's even worse.
Oh, fuck off.
Genuinely, I'm sorry. This is not good for you. Ice Cream coming up to the last couple of corners. Meanwhile, Toto is raging bulls his way towards the line, but he's currently 2 tenths down on his previous lap time. Will he come in? He's not going to come in. He's going to go all commitment through the last sector. He's invalid, actually. That's why he's down on his lap time. He is invalid. I think that means it's the end of qualifying. Damian into the pit. Anderson is the only guy left to cross the line. He is 4 tenths up. That's not going to be enough, frankly, unless he can pull something out in this last sector. Anderson, can he go from 16th to 1st? No, we can't. 16th to 7th. Good improvement there by over a second. As Freak Close has joined right at the end of the session, we'll watch out for him coming from the back of the grid. But your pole sitter for today is Mr. Kevin Van Dyke. Mr. Bottlejob is going to start from the front here. Can he not spin? Is the question that we're going to be asking.
I'm just going to be doing a quick voice check on stream.
You're even more faint than you were before, Jalay.
Yeah, I would say it's good on the stream. I'm not sure if it's your...
You're a bit better there, but I'm still going to have to kind of try and hear you, Jalay.
Okay, Martin, let me know how you have it.
I'm not sure Martin can just whack you up in the audio or something, but might be what you have to do. But Kevin is on pole position then, followed by Rajic Toro, Tamer, Louis Baptiste, Nico-san, Anderson Ice Cream, Cesord, Damian, Jix, Remus, Ozan, Han, Don't Play Zero, Hazard, and JJ Emblebum. I don't know why the fuck he'd have a name like that, but he does. So that was me trying to get all of that done in 15 seconds because I left it too late. But Jalay, how are you, Mr. Mouse Man, Mr. Quiet Man?
I'm gonna get real close to my mic for this ASMR. I'm doing very good, thank you. Just recently watched a stream of one of the best YouTubers on their rises. Myself, no, I'm kidding. But yeah, great track. I mean, I think 2 seasons ago we were here. The two Ferraris, Jigs and Kevin, came together in a monumental crash on like lap 24 out of 26. That was absolutely incredible. I doubt that'll happen again, just because the pace difference and the fact that they're teammates. But Silverstone always delivers in VDRL.
Yeah, I'm just seeing if I can find any way to make you a little bit louder, but I can't, so that's annoying.
Just turn up your Xbox.
I can't turn it. I've turned everything up. I've turned you in Discord to 200. I've turned my headset volume up to the maximum on the party and stuff. Yeah. If you could try and make it work, then you can try and make it work. But if not, then oh well.
Yeah, you guys in stream chat, let me know. Anyway, we're about to start then. Nedzo, take it away.
Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights here at Silverstone, and we are... Go, 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 go! Who gets the best start? I think that it's going to be Kevin Van Dijk leading us into turn 1. It is, followed by Rajic and Toto, who are going side by side. The two Red Bulls are going to go side by side here. They're back out there, and Tamer goes round the outside of Rajic. He could be trying to get P3 as there are cars off in the background. But we continue on for the battle for the podium positions, as now Rajic sizes up his teammates. Going down towards Brooklands. Could we see shades of Bottas and Hamilton in 2019? No, we do not. As we do see shades of Ambrose and Keselowski bumping in towards the Brooklands corners, and that's the house of Louis Baptiste on the inside of Tamer and Dari as we come down towards the Cops corner. No one needs to do a repeat of Hamilton and Verstappen here in 2021, but it seems the leaders are trying to do so as they get ever so close through Cops corner. Now down towards Faggers and Beckett's as we come through up towards the flat out section of the circuit and in towards the second part, Beckett's. They all slow down and calm it as we come up towards the first DRS straight. No DRS just yet though, but we may see some fighting and action going on as you can all see them in a line as now Tamer and Dowdy pulls out. He's going for the podium positions. He's going to make it work. Surely he doesn't. He makes a mistake through the middle of the corner, and that is Louis Baptiste trying to take the position from him. Contact between the pair, and now he's ghosted and falling down the pack. He is plummeting down the field as now Ozan is into the pits. And I think there may be drivers off at the back from that turn 3 lap 1 incident, as I forget how to speak.
Rajic got a great start, but he was just pinched going into turn 1. That allowed Toro to sneak through, and he went down to P4. Tamer and Derry then almost getting the move done, but instead he had a massive snap of overstay coming out of Stowe, and now he's fighting away with Seasword in the Mercedes. Seasword, you never forget about him. He will always be there. Give that man some time and he's going to be up there with the leaders. Now he's trying to go round outside Brooklyn, which will be the inside for Outfield. Has he got that move done and dusted? He's going to try forcing the Williams out of road, and I think he's done just that, and that's a lovely move. It's now going to be a drag race. The Williams is a fast thing in a straight line, as I have heard. He is running slightly lower downforce. He had a look to the inside of Cobbs there, but thought the better of it.
Yep, he was looking for the move. He didn't get it as he coming towards Magnussen Beckett's. The housing buildings on the outside of the corner, I saw those when I went to Silverstone in 2023, but they were under construction at that point. Ice Cream goes past Louis Baptiste pretty easily, but the top two are fighting. That's Toto and Kevin in towards the Stowe corner. Shades of Mansell and Piquet in 1987, ducking and diving and weaving and bobbing, but it's Toto who takes the lead for now in this VDRL race. I've not checked what tyres people are on. Ice Cream is on the softs. He's trying to make up some ground on the people up the front, but it's mostly mediums for the Packers. That is Anderson, I think, into the pits. It is Anderson into the pits. He must have damage of some sort for that Aston Martin. That's not good from him. Not the greatest of qualifyings, not the greatest opening parts to the race for him as well. He will need a safety car to put himself back into contention.
Someone who has had an absolutely phenomenal start of Freitzaus on the softs, up 8 positions. You talked about it'll be interesting what he can do from P18. Well, right now he's in P10 and he's just behind the 2 Mercedes which are fighting away. And this is what you mentioned, 2019 all over again. Cesar defending from Ramos all over the back of him, and it might be that same run towards Cups this time. Instead of Valtteri Bottas and Hamilton, it's Ramos and Cesar. Ramos, I think he's a bit more cool-headed and he's way too far behind to where this slipstream does not play a role, but Cesar really burning his battery here in the early stages of the race.
Yep, they're all really close. Apart from Tamer and Dari, who's kind of been a bit of a bottleneck, the top 5 are all within DRS of each other, and 6th down to 12th are all within DRS of each other. So we're watching out for his DRS passes. Kevin up the inside of Toro into Stowe again. So he's trying to roll reverse from the previous lap, and he doesn't make it count. But can we see him possibly go from even to Vale? No. Backing up, but Rajic and Ice Cream going side by side. Ice Cream gets through, but can he lose on the outside? Spin! Ice Cream and Rajic lose it.
And I think what happened there was...
The race. I didn't see exactly who was at fault for that collision, but that means to say that they are now out of contention unless they can fight their way back, which is very improbable.
Yep, they're going to need a safeguard, that's for sure. But I think what happened was Ice Cream got onto the sausage curb there on the apex of Club, just before Club, the corner there, exit of Vale, and it just kicked his rear end out, and that tagged the rear right of Rajic. Such an unfortunate way to spin, but it's now Cesar on the Alpine of Nicholson, and he's got that move despite not having a whole lot of battery. He's making the most out of what he's got right now, and it seems to be working. Jigs then, he's only moved up 2 positions off the start. Damien's remained the same, but Freitas up 11 positions. What a start he's having, and he's currently in the second train, which is led by the Williams of Tamar, but it's still the 3 at the front. Toro, Kevin, and Luis Baptiste. 3 different nations then. 3 different... I just realized it's Polish, Dutch, and French. Well, Toro leads them away. Then down the hangar straight one more time. Kevin looks like he's just going to stick behind for now. Is the Haas going to be just as patient? Seems like as well. And a 3-second time penalty. And Silverstone, you can get 3 seconds around in that zone, and it could be a race-defying moment if the safeguard comes in lap 24 onto 25.
Yeah, it is definitely a problem. Track limits, fast circuits, always a nightmare for track limits, especially when they don't have grass. Or Silverstone, yes, it has grass, but it's not one of the tracks that's notorious like Suzuka for having grass literally everywhere, or Imola even. As they're fighting amongst the guys at the back of the top 10.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure what's exactly happening. That's Han and Hazza, the 2 H boys, battling with each other, but they don't make any particular moves. There is Ice Cream trying to make up positions on his spin, as now the 4 cars between 4th and 7th try to make moves on each other. That is Cesar moving past Tamer. That's what he needs, because he needs to try and catch up to the pack of the cars in front. Don't think that's going to happen because of how powerful and potent the DRS is around here, but definitely a good move for him to get up to the front of that train, because he does not want that Williams to be holding him up.
Especially, he needs to be where Freitas is very rapid, still on the softs will start to fade in 3-4 laps, something like that. There you go, there you see the tires once again. Top 6 all mediums, Freitas soft, Damien mediums, Ramos soft, Jigs mediums, Ice Cream soft, so that spin not ideal for him as he can't go that long. As now Kevin on Toro on the outside of Stowe. Has he got that move done? Toro was harvesting battery there, yes, but now the Haas looking to pick up P2 as well. Down the inside of Vale, Toro's going to try switching it first right to left, then maybe left to right. No, the Haas has got that apex covered off. But back to the tires then. Rajic also medium, Han don't play zero, Jem Lebam on soft, Ozan on mediums, and then the only man who's done a pit stop is Anderson. Or sorry, him and Ozan have made a pit stop.
Yep, so we move back towards... I'm not sure if we're going to have a battle for the lead just yet on this lap, because they usually do it into Stowe. But DRS isn't able for Louis Baptiste. He has every opportunity, if he wants to send a gap. As Cesar on Tamer, that is basically just walking past him. He's like, I'm just taking candy from you there, mate. Yellow flag.
I think that's
one. I think it's JJ. The debutant is not doing well as Damian overtakes Freitas. Damian was quite anonymous in qualifying. Obviously, I remember him more last season. He was in the Aston Martin and he was very quick. But it seems that he's just a bit anonymous this year. He's got Freitas right behind him, known to be an aggressive driver on those better tyres. Maybe they are fading off a bit earlier than Jallo said, or maybe Damian's just a better driver.
Oh, Toro, they're skipping Chapel there. I think he had a snap of overstay going through Beckett's, and he's certainly lost some momentum there. In the background, though, more Caesar and Tomo action, but now the Haas is going for the lead. Toro says, I might sneak by as well. He's on the outside going into there, and he's getting kind of blocked in right now. And he once again tries the switchback, this time on Kevin, but once again to no avail. He just needs to stick behind, charge up his battery a bit, Martin. Can we see battery levels on top 3 there? Toro's on 63%, Kevin on 50, and Louise on 50. So all of them somewhat equal, but you want to aim, or you want to treat 30% as your 0%, just so you have some margin. But now, hey, Damien and Nicholson fighting away. Seems like the mediums have really started to grip up, as Freitas is really backing these guys up into Ramos, who's locking up his front left, going onto the Wellington straight, and this can get interesting. Vieira super powerful up ahead at your screen. You see the top 3 fighting as well as more Caesar versus Tam Axton, but Kevin's got the lead back, so he lost it momentarily, got it back, but now snap of overstay goes a bit wide, coming out of left field, and the Haas gets the better drive, and I think he's got that position back.
Yep, that's Louis Baptiste racing in the lead then. We've had 3 leaders this race, and they've all been in this 3-car pack between Louis Baptiste, Kevin, and Toro. As you come in towards the fast section towards here, Maggots and Beckett's. That's not a good exit from Kevin. We got unsettled in the mid part of the corner and couldn't manage to carry the momentum through. I'll tell you one thing though, Cecil is
look at them.
The back of them lot. So it's going to be potentially a 5-way fight for the lead later on as Toro sends it around the outside of Kevin. Can Kevin keep it? I think that it's going to be Toro's move if he can just cleverly push him to the outside of the circuit here. That's fair on him. So that's Toro in second place, and now it's a 5-way fight for this leading position. Kevin needs to watch out from behind as well as in front now in that 3rd place, as the Ice Cream trying to make his way past Remus on the main straight going in towards Abbey. You don't usually see moves there, but he's done it. And now he's going to try and filter his way past these guys. Fritzos holding up his choo-choo train of cars behind his Williams.
And look at that, all that fighting from Luis, Toro and Kevin, especially into Vale and Brooklyn. That's really held them up. A 2-second gap. I mean, we said it's impossible, but we weren't expecting them to scrap this much. Once again, going into Brooklyn, Kevin having a look on the outside. I think the better of it, though, trying to get a better run. Tamar's now right behind them, and those two just need to charge up their battery, because I'm certain they've burnt it fighting each other. I remember Caesar was down at 30% for a certain point. Yep, look, he's actually recovered very nicely to 50 and Tamar to 40, but look at that, Kevin 90%, Luis 90%, and he's gonna need it because he's got an army of cars chasing him right now who are just moments away from opening their rear wing.
Yep, the top 5 are all within a second of each other. 2 tenths, 2 tenths, 2 tenths, 1 tenth, basically 2 tenths. They are so close. This is the closest you'll ever see racing, as now Toro backs off in towards Stowe. Yellow flags. I think that is one of the Ferraris. That's Jix. Jix has gone off. Not sure if he has damage. So while his teammate's busy fighting for the lead, he's busy fighting for the wooden spoon. As now Tamer up the inside of Kevin doesn't get that move to stick, unfortunately, for the Williams driver. He's fighting though. He wants these positions. He wants to try and get make an impression on his debut. We're lap 9 here. We're about a third of the way through this 26-lap race, just over a third of the way through, and I think we may see pit stops in about 3-4 laps time.
Undercut could be very powerful, especially if these guys at the front keep battling. Here we go, Jigs into the pit lane. So his medium tires have certainly died out from that spin. Yep, his medium tires died out from that spin. But look at that, individual trains starting to form. You go, of course, the top 5, but then you've got these guys from P6 all the way down to P11. Rajic is in that train as well. He does not want to get held up too much. That's where the undercut could be useful. He is on the mediums though, so maybe he wants to go a bit long. But now side by side through Woodcut and onto the old straight towards Cubs, but the Williams just not enough to be able to come side by side. Freitas now really struggling on himself as it's round 9, it feels like, Ned. So with these guys at the front, then with the DRS, still the Haas leading, but I think Toto is close enough to where if he wants to, he can go for a move. He is draining battery. He has a look to the outside onto the grass. Toto recomposes himself just in time, but he certainly lost some momentum. But no, he goes steaming around the outside, and that's a brilliant move, isn't it? But the Aslan back down inside interval. Be careful, boys. People have crashed here before. There's a lot of wheel bang I see. Through goes Kevin. Look at the Williams getting involved as well. That can be tight there. But Kevin, optimistic thinking, goes to the inside as the ass gets pushed out wide as Ice Cream retires in the pit lane.
Yep, I was watching that while you were watching the other battle. He went up the inside, I think, of Freitzos into Stowe and got turned in on, and just gave up and retired. And Freitzos into the pits with Rumors as well, up for damage, I assume. So bad crumbs for him there. But Kevin is searching on Toro. We've seen some dodgy moves from leaders. Going into Stowe last time round, we saw a driver get pushed onto the gravel because they don't know how to drive against each other. And that's Louis Baptiste putting the metaphorical bumper to the back of Kevin, but he nearly made that way through, but he didn't. It's like watching NASCAR race around that part of a circuit. They just want to bump into the back of each other and send them up the circuit and try and slip their way through, but it doesn't happen in that manner. We are 10 laps in, but we're definitely not less than half of the way through the entertainment of this race. As we're coming towards the back straight once more, can we see another move? Are we going to see another outside move? No, we're going to see it to the inside this time. Kevin gets the DRS pass done. Rajic overtakes Damian on that straight there for P6 as he's trying to make up from earlier losses.
Well, I'm telling you, Silverstone always delivers. As here we go to the pit lane, Nicholson. So he is going for the undercut. These guys maybe a tad too early. Those mediums are still very much good to go. But back to the leader, Cecil. He's been showing in P5, hasn't he, Ned? So just seeming like he's charging up his battery, which he has done 90%. But you can't really overtake because the DRS acts as a attacking. What's it called? Attacking. Fuck, I've lost the word now.
What do you mean? Sorry, what are you talking about?
Attacking. The DRS helps with attacking and defending.
Overtake. Defending.
No, like, it's attacking. Not method.
Mode.
No, not mode. Fuck it, we'll get back to it. Anyway, Kevin still leads. As I've lost all my vocabulary, haven't I, from my past God knows how many years of speaking English. Kevin leads away, but Toro, he's very closer than usual, and 3/10 back is enough, and he's currently 2/10, losing a bit in Beckett's due to the TRT is still very much effective. Kevin now drains his battery on the exit, but Toro needs to drain it just so he doesn't get swallowed up by the ass. Toro, he is loving this move around the outside of Stowe, sorry. Kevin now needs to watch out from the Haas behind the Haas, as Kevin goes into the pit lane here, so he does not want to be part of this fighting, and he'll look very smart right now if these guys fight too aggressively and one ends up spinning.
Yeah, that would be, but also they're going to put each other along with DRS. We saw in the race at Austria yesterday, there was Anderson who tried an alternate strategy to try and get out of the big packs of drivers fighting each other, but because of how potent the DRS was around Austria, he didn't gain anything because they were all using DRS and although they were fighting with each other, because they had DRS, they just pulled away, and even on worse tyres they pulled away because they were gaining 4/10 in the first sector just on DRS alone, so that mean that Kevin could struggle then, and he's on hard, he's not going on to softs. I assume these guys are going for softs towards the end. That's a ballsy strategy from Kevin, and I don't think it's going to work.
It relies heavily on these guys fighting, and look at Caesar and Tamar, they've resumed their battle. This time with the leader side by side through Cobbs. That's how you do it, Lewis. Coming from a Hamilton fan, so don't come after me. But what a move round the outside of Cobbs. We've seen some great overtakes today. Round the outside of Stowe, down the inside of Stowe, down the inside of Vale, round the inside of Brooklyn, and now round the outside of Cobbs.
And now Tamar, I think he's going to go for another move, or could we see a move for the lead? If Louis Baptiste can send it, not unfortunately. Oh, actually, Cesar might be looking for a gap on Louis Baptiste here, who's made a mistake. No, they're both into the pit lane. Don't hit the back of each other, boys. He doesn't. I think
it's a long pit lane hit.
Yeah, it is. So Louis Baptiste and Cesar trying to cover off the undercut from Kevin, which won't help because they were both trying to make sure. I think Cesar was trying to make sure he didn't run into the back of the Haas in front of him.
Yeah.
he was properly slowing it down. He slowed down way too early. He probably lost about a second there on pit entry.
Yeah, well,
So Tamer now in this twosome with Toro.
Kevin's coming around club right now.
Oh yeah.
The Hamilton straight, and I think he's. Oh, it's gonna be close. I think he's got it though, as you have the momentum and crucially the warm tires, and I think he is side by side and ahead, going into Welch. Fat lock up though, going right into turn 3, but he is ahead. But the Haas with the DRS already all over the back of him, and I think Toro and Tamar need to pit. As I saw the battery level, it is non-existent pretty much. As now, yep, there you go, the Haas, and this DRS swapping just helps them catch back up to them. You saw in your background that Cesar trying to warm up his hards, and Luis has gone on to soft, so he's doing a 2-stopper or holding out for a safety car.
I think he's trying to go to the end on those tyres. There's no way he's doing a 2-stopper. I think he's trying to go to the end.
13 laps, 14 laps on softs.
I mean, it was possible on old F1 games. I'm not sure what it's like on this F1 game.
You can do 10 laps on softs, 12 if you drag it. He needs a safe car like lap 20. Oh, and he's got 3 seconds.
Yeah, he's got 3 seconds and Tamer's into the pits.
Toro's staying out. Toro's holding out for a safe car.
Or he's trying to do medium soft, but just with better tyre life.
Yeah, that could also be. I mean, he's not got bad pace. He'll be a bit behind, but it'll be the same story as with Cesar and Tamar. They'll be fighting, and he'll just
Rajic in for soft.
Up to him.
That could be an indication of what Toro's going to do.
Yep.
I have a feeling he's going to come in this lap then, Toro, because his teammate was coming in last lap. I don't know why Rajic got first call, but maybe he didn't. Maybe he chose to come in a bit later.
Yep. Well, Luis now needs to just set off on his softs, but he's not got a whole lot of battery, and I doubt Toro's going to have that much when he pits.
Yeah, he just needs to... Baptiste just needs to make sure he can at least get within the range of Toro, because as long as he can stay within the DRS, he can save tyres and he can be a bit more cautious into the corners, because he just needs to be careful. He either needs to be behind Toro and saving tyres, or in front of him and trying to hold him up, which is impossible around Silverstone unless you're talking about like this part of the lap where he's going through now. He is going to definitely gain on him though.
Pulled Kevin out of TRS, so Kevin now charging or using some battery just to make sure he's within it, but Tamara has certainly dropped down. Cesar's right behind him as well. Will Toro pit this lap then? Nope, he stays out one more lap. I think lap 15 sounds reasonable going on to the softs.
Okay, he's risking it. He'll definitely come out not in first. I think Louis Baptiste will assume the lead once the pit cycle is fully gone round, as Cesar overtakes Tamer on that lap. And now, well, there's not really... it's all about strategy at this point in the race. Some drivers have kind of spaced out. Cesar is 1.6 off the back of Kevin. If he could catch up, that would definitely help him out.
It can be that Toro comes out in that gap.
Yeah, he might do. That's a good point.
Martin, here we get gap to leader. How long is a pit stop? It's a long pit lane, isn't it?
It depends. It's about 25 to 30 seconds.
So he would come out ahead of Ramos, behind Tamar. So yeah, I'll pit now if I were Toro. Yeah, I think he's pushing because he wasn't hot lap there. So what you want to do, you want to go into none just before stone, just keep it there because you're not going to gain time on pit entry using medium, hot lap or overtake, that's for sure.
Yeah, he just needs to make sure he's not going to boss it this time round.
No time penalty going in. Well, now we get to see, will Toro pit? No! I think he is holding out for his F car, or he just thinks the softs are that bad.
Yeah, that's an equally...
I mean, as long as he gets out ahead of his teammate Rajic, he hasn't... I mean, Rajic was 6 seconds behind him when he pit.
Yeah. And Rajic is trying to catch up to
surely this lap, though.
What do you say?
Surely he'll pit lap 16.
Yep, I think that's what he should do.
I'm gonna jump into his VC because we can do that now.
Okay, I'll quickly look at his lap times. Yeah, he's losing about a second a lap. So, yeah, he's losing a second a lap, guys. He should be in at the end of this lap. The gap is going to be under 20. He's definitely not retaining this lead. But he will be probably coming out around where Rajic or Remus is. That's a risky strategy though, because yes, he will be on better tyres at the end. What is he saying?
So his tires are actually not as bad as I thought. His worst tire is 44%, which is not that bad considering Silverstone only did 16 laps on it. But he is pitting this lap then.
Okay.
So maybe
So
he
will
just
have
waited
better
for Rajic to give him some feedback on the softs.
Okay, he is going to have better tyres than everyone else.
Not behind Rajic though.
Yeah, he will probably come out around where Rajic and Remus are. They are coming into the pits.
He needs to be ahead of him.
Let's see. Oh, he plays it safe. He played it safe. That's good. Alright, we'll see. He's definitely not coming out in first. But we'll see what position he does come out in. Onto a set of... Imagine if he goes onto hards now. He doesn't. He goes onto the soft tyres. And Hazzy gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
Oh, look at Damien and Freitas. Damien switchback left to right. That's a brilliant move. Freitas sends it into the Vel chicane. Damien just gets punted. That was very aggressive from Freitas. I'd say that's even a bit too aggressive. That can definitely be a penalty heading his way. But look at Damien. He's not happy. Draining the battery to catch back up to him. And he's right behind him now. Where did Toto come out? Right behind Rajic. So maybe those two can work together now to catch up to the leaders.
Yeah, if I was Rajic, I'd give up the position to Toto and then just sit in his slipstream with the higher tires.
Once again, Damien forced almost onto the grass by Freitas. He's not going to be too happy about that. Freitas on the outside. He can't send it up the inside like he did into Vale.
Yeah, Freitas is the, I'd say he's the Robbie Gordon.
Or the Kevin Magnussen. The Kevin Magnussen.
He's the Robbie Gordon or the Brian Vickers of this league. They're NASCAR drivers. They've never been just chaotic and very aggressive, you could say. And now Toto goes past his teammate. What a surprise. Kevin, though, passed Louis Baptiste and Tamer. Also up a position on Cesar. So positions changing in the top four as Toto tries to barrel up onto the back of Cesar. If I was Toto, I'd be trying to get into the DRS by the time the detection point comes around, which is possible if he can just absolutely deploy off of these corners, especially when Cesar isn't doing so. It's easily possible.
Oh, Damien, these guys are fighting hard. Damien just getting past Freitas, who's got 5% battery. Anderson retired in the pit lane. Almost thought that was a safe car there, as he has given up there. But Freitas and Damien fighting very hard. Freitas with pretty much no battery. How much battery does Damien have, Martin?
50%.
50 to 3 or 20, I think he's got now. And Freitas is fighting like the championship is depending on this.
Yeah, he is very aggressive. For the most part, it was borderline, I'd say. I wouldn't say anything deserves any penalties because no one's spun and no one's died.
Yeah, did you see what I did into Vale, mate? He was...
Yeah, I mean, that's all I did into Vale. It's just there's no damage, so I don't see any problem with it.
No damage when... No damage when you force someone off the track, but it's still aggressive.
Yeah, I know. As now, Cesar overtakes Tamer and Louis Baptiste overtakes Kevin, so we have more position changes in the top four. And guess who's on the back of them now? Toto.
Oh, this can get
contact.
Spicy. Look at Tamer.
Contact between Tamer and Cesar.
Freitas has once again gone for a Damien. Damien once again tries the switchback, doesn't get as well as nicely. Careful. Yep, he's going for the switchback again. He knows that's how you beat Freitas, who's aggressive on the brakes, but Freitas just parks that Williams on an apex like he's going grocery shopping. Now on the outside of club, so he went to the inside one lap ago. Now he's gone around the outside. What a move.
Yep, Hazard's retired. He's coming to the pits and retired. I don't know why people retire from positions like 11. There's an easy chance you can get a safety car and do that as now.
Oh, that's contact!
Tamer! Oh my god. Don't know how Tamer kept that on the road. But now Cesar is bottlenecking these cars around him. Toto needs to send a very aggressive dive bomb. He needs to send a Freitas-esque dive bomb if he wants to get by this guy.
Into Stowe. Or he needs to use the DRS as a suck to the front too.
He couldn't even try and move into Magnus and Beckett's. No, he's not going to do it. He's going to back off.
Yeah, just charge your battery.
Yeah. Cesar has a lot of battery though as well. He wants to lose as little time as possible overtaking him. And he's got the DRS. He's got the overtake. If I was Cesar, I wouldn't fight this, but it's Cesar. He probably is going to fight. He's using overtake himself.
Toro has done this move before though.
Toro goes.
He studied it. He studied the arts of going round outside of Stowe, and he's got that. Raji can't go by and help his teammate though.
Yeah, that's annoying for him because Tamer and Cesar are in his way. P6 currently for Rajic, but if he can potentially put a move on the Williams in front of him, no, not into Abbey. Are you insane? But he's going to set himself up for the next corner. That's a great move actually. As he goes in towards turn 3, Tamer does not leave room. Contact, he forces him up the circuit.
Oh, he's drifting through it. Oh, more wheel banging. Tamer is ghosting more often than you see a ghost dressed for Halloween. That's a terrible reference.
Yeah, that's fine. That kind of stuff is fine because it was Tamer who turned in on him and Tamer got forced up the circuit. So I'd see that as even Stevens.
Oh, well,
even Will Stevens. Rajic overtakes Tamer again. I think they might be going for a second bite of a cherry with that battle. And now Tamer, oh my god, he's going for the inside into Cops. Where have we seen this before? And he's done it.
Wow.
Louis Baptiste now behind Kevin. We could see fight 2.0 between Kevin and Louis Baptiste. DRS open.
Oh, here we go, Rajic, and I think he's got that move down, but I think he had to use quite a bit of battery there.
Yeah, Toro is using battery, but I think it's to catch up. Oh, Kevin! Kevin's off. What's he done?
Oh!
Is that another spin for Kevin?
Martin, I'm getting some flashbacks here, if you know what I mean. If you're picking up what I'm putting down here.
Yeah, Kevin is still... If he can just about get back into... If he'd have used some ERS there, he could have got back into the DRS. I'm not sure he's in the DRS. I think
he just pushed his
just about have got there. But Toro is going to have the advantage here. Toro is in prime position to win this race. He's only using medium ERS. He knows he's going to have a chance to win this.
Damn, what a time to own.
Yep.
Here we go then. Oh, look, it's between Toro and Luis Baptiste, but he's got a penalty. And look how tight they are. The top 6 separated by less than 3 seconds, and that's the penalty he has. And his softs, they ain't feeling too good right now.
And he's got to send them another 5. Like, if I was him, I'd just sit behind Toro. Oh, contact through Maggots and Beckett's. That's going to bottleneck. Oh, no, Baptiste off.
Toro to the grass. Through goes Kevin. Through goes Cecil. Everyone's got DRS except the Haas. Toro, I think, has got every angle and nook and cranny covered. Rajic once again not being able to get past the Haas.
You said the top 5 were all within about 3 seconds. I'd put about 2 seconds or even 1 second now. This is insane. This is like Monza 1971 with all the drafting in that race. As now Toro is pulling a gap on Kevin. He just is unable to keep with the Red Bull, but as long as he can keep within the DRS, he should be fine. And he could be an outside shot for this win. Obviously made that mistake a couple of laps ago, but he could recover. Louis Baptiste down to 6th.
Wow, well, give me a breather, lads. I mean, fighting from lap 1 all the way to lap 22, and we ain't done yet. Toro, he is pulling away. Don't kill your tires too much, though, mate. You're gonna need him.
Yeah, but then again, if he pulls out the DRS of Kevin, Kevin is screwed and he won't get back in there.
Yeah, but then the person behind Kevin's just gonna use their DRS to catch up to Toro. Welcome to the F1 game, Nedzo.
Well, I didn't hear exactly what you said there. Let me just say that again.
Well, then the guy behind Kevin's just gonna use his DRS to catch up to Toro. Welcome to the F1 game.
So Jix lap for him.
So a sign of life from Jake. Smiley, he's been dead for the past 4 months, hasn't he? A sign of life from him down in P15.
Yeah.
No hate against Jigs.
I thought Cesar was going to go for move there. He didn't. We're 4 laps to go at the end of this. At the end of this one, it's going to be tight. It's going to be tense. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere for the last 4 laps of this race.
Oh, Luis! Oh, in the pit lane.
Why?
I don't get it. Even with this penalty, he would have won P6.
Yeah. I think we should ban just retiring because you can't be asked to finish the race.
I mean, I retired last week, but that's because I was losing 2 seconds due to lag every lap.
Okay, I believe that unless you're outside the top 10, on merit, you don't deserve to retire.
I don't know. I'm going to see if you write something in chat.
I believe unless you have like unrepairable damage, like rear wing damage, or you are like 11th and like 30 seconds off of the points, I don't think you should be allowed to retire because that's stupid.
There's a bug on my screen right now. Should I punch it?
No, you should lick it.
We've actually lost it here in the commentary booth, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Kevin, it's 1.1. He's not got it. He's not got DRS and Caesar. He's smelling blood. He's smelling fresh blood. Toto was able to push Kevin away. Kevin is harvesting everything he can now. Caesar just needs to get a somewhat decent run out, which he has got. He's got DRS. He's not even draining his battery that much. And he's going to fly by. Can Rajic sneak by as well? Nah, he's too far back. He needs to save his battery. I think Rajic can get a podium here.
Yep, Caesar, if he can potentially do a better job than Kevin was at keeping with Toto, he could put himself back into, or his pack back into the battle for the lead. I was just going to check how many warnings Toro had to see if we had any chance at a surprise winner, but no, he only has 1.
What about Caesar, Kevin and Rajic then?
Caesar, Kevin and Rajic, let me just go out and back into the race director. Caesar has 2, Kevin has 0, Rajic has 1, Tamer has 2, I think. Yeah. They are all following each other through, and yeah, so Toto is
with the rear wing
with multipliers. Now we are coming down towards the last 2.5 laps of this race. Who's going to get second? Is it going to be Kevin? Is it going to be Caesar? Is it going to be Rajic? Or is it going to even be Tamer? He could be an outside shot for this position.
Yeah, well, if they start scrapping and spinning...
What do you say?
If they start scrapping and spinning...
That could be very probable. You can even see, if they all come together, you could see Remus on the podium.
Absolutely, they're following so closely. Let's say Kevin spins right now. Caesar and Rajic will just be a passenger.
Yep. So, I mean, Kevin isn't exactly known for not being able to not spin in a race.
Wait, what? He's not known for not spinning in races. Gotcha.
What do you say?
What you say? He's not known for not spinning in races.
He's known for not. He's known for spinning. Basically, I negative. I double negative positive. Yeah. He's got the stability. His cars usually have the stability of a kid with ADHD who hasn't taken the medication. Is what I'm trying to say.
You know everything about that.
Caesar looking at the inside.
Actually, I think he was defending from Rajic, who's now up the inside of him. But I don't think Rajic will get the drive. He's got 100% battery, but still no talent.
Yeah, to be fair, I think Rajic might just be saving up to try and get past Caesar on the run up to Stowe, and then try and get past Kevin on the run up to Stowe on the last lap.
I think he's got a better chance of getting past Kevin than Caesar.
Yeah. Can Caesar play rolling roadblock? Because I think if Rajic gets past Caesar, he will finish second because he'll get past Kevin piss easy. He's using hot lap, but he's not using overtake. That's the problem he's got. You've got 89% DRS. Use it, you cabbage.
You cabbage. Who, Caesar or Rajic?
Rajic. Oh wait, Caesar's only got 60, so he's fine.
No, I think Caesar's waiting for the final lap.
Yeah, because Rajic has 100% ERS. You're not going to use 100% ERS in a fucking lap, you spanner. You should have used it on the straight into Stowe.
Yeah, he wanted to get. He should have gone into P3 by Stowe, so he's.
That's what I was saying.
Oh.
Rajic is bottling it as usual, unless he's going to try a double overtake somewhere. That was.
Oh, good luck with that. Good luck. He's going to have to sneak by him somewhere when they're fighting. Well, don't go anywhere.
I'd go straight to Brooklands even. Just burn all your ass out of here, and just try and get the
he got snap of oversteer. No, don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. This story is far from over. The winner has been booked in. Toto, he's got that strategy bang on. Look at that. Racik just, he can't find. Oh, instead he's absolutely been sent by Tama.
And now he's crashing with Tamer. What an idiot. I've seen more common sense from a fucking frog on ecstasy than this fucking stupid driver.
Tama's draining his battery. He's throwing everything he's got at him right now.
Too late. You should have been doing this a lap ago. Too late. Fucking stupid.
Not for Tamer, I think. I mean, he's inside of Racik right now.
Yeah.
And I mean, if he just gets a better, oh my god, he's actually just, Racik's just been absolutely sent. Well, I think
Racik is the least intelligent driver I've ever seen in my entire life, and I've watched Jale race. And now Caesar to the outside into the last section.
Oh!
And nearly Kevin off.
Through the Tama. Can Caesar come through to P2?
Tamer, is he going to get P1? Toro is going to
looks up
to win.
Watch the switchback. Watch the switchback.
Oh, I thought Toro was going to lose it then. I thought he spun.
I think he did when I saw him coming from the grass. I don't know what happened, Kevin. Holy shit.
Second, Caesar third, Kevin
can we interview the entire top 5? Does that work, Martin? Can we do that?
What do you say?
Can we interview the entire top 5? Does that work? Are we allowed to do that?
Reviewing what? Are we doing what?
Can we interview the entire top 5?
Yeah, I think we should be able to. Come on.
Martin, can we get confirmation on that?
If mine doesn't allow it, he's the most boring cunt alive.
Well, we're still waiting for confirmation, but wow, what a race.
Yep, I think I had a voice crack right at the end there, because I thought Toro, because I didn't realise Toro was just spinning across the line to kind of be flashy and stylish. I thought he genuinely
he came from the grass, though. He came from the grass, that's the thing.
Yeah.
And he was, what, 3 seconds ahead, and those guys were fighting. He must have had it something.
Yeah. Right, well, these interview questions are going to be quite punchy, especially towards Racik. I'm sorry, that guy has the IQ of the 4-year-old donkey.
Martin wrote confirm, so I think we will get it.
Yes. Right, let's... John, do the results first and then we'll move into interviews. So, it's our Red Bull man, and I've forgotten his name. Great, Toto on P1. Followed by the Williams driver, Tamer, on his fucking debut in second place. And then it's...
3 penalties. 3 penalties.
Is it Caesar third? Mercedes, yeah.
Yes, Caesar outstreams... F124 is... Well, I know that's Racik's P5, Damien's P6.
Yeah. But we don't care about Damien, we care about the top 5. Because after the top 3, it will be 4th place as I wait for it to load. I'll wait for it to load. It's still a black screen for me. Fuck's sake, you can do it if it's not a black screen for you.
Martin's currently going through race director. Here we go. Okay, Toto takes the win ahead of Tamer, ahead of Caesar. And Kevin picks up P4 after leading most of the races. Now Martin's control has disconnected. Well, P5 was Racik, P6 was Damien, P7 I've not got a fucking clue, P8 I've also not got a clue, P9 might be Freitzaus, P10 I've not got a Scooby-Doo either.
I know P11 was JJ on his debut. Right, let's go into that fucking interview section and just annihilate everyone.
Alright, Martin, you following with, or? Let's hope so.
Let's hope so, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know, I think maybe you had an oversteer moment, I don't know.
Kevin, we're on there,
Oh.
Wow, we just got server deaf. Anyway, usually we only interview the top 3, sorry, but this race, the top 5 were pretty much glued together, apart from the pit stops. And I know Nedza wants to interview a certain man, and that certain man finished in P5, and that certain man is called Racik. So Nedza, you want to take it away, or I mean, far away.
I'll take it away. Rajic, I just want to ask you a question. Do you know what ERS is and how to deploy it and how to not save up 100% for one lap and actually use it before the final lap?
Yeah, it happened because the Williams literally tried to overtake where there is unneeded because you will gain the position of the guy without DRS. And then I don't know what happened. I will watch it later in the replay. And then I got a shit exit and I had to go behind of them quickly, but I couldn't.
I think still you could have done a lot better to win this race, but then again, I'm not as fast as you. But yeah, it was interesting watching all of you fight. But do you think that if you'd have, if you'd have had better luck, that you could have got on the podium today?
Yeah, I think I'm the podium maybe because if the stewards do something with the Williams and then Kevin overtook me from the outside, so that P4 is mine because Kevin overtook me from the outside. And now then P3 will be on the stewards.
Rajik, that you're there in the leading train, apart from Toro, who was quite far in front, it's still impressive considering you were pointing the wrong direction after coming together with Ice Cream. Your thoughts on that collision? Of course, that was early on in the race, if you remember it.
Yeah, it was a McLaren. Who was it?
Ice Cream.
Ice Cream. Yeah, I think I left enough space, but he stepped on the red banana because I saw it, and then our rears hit. So yeah, it's unlucky.
Well, you still think your result can change with stewards, as it can. There's a lot of bumping and banging. Thank you very much, Rajik. Now to P4, Kevin. You were leading for much of the race, and then I feel like for a second you were just like, let me turn into Prime Kevin from Season 3, stick it on pole, and then lose a bunch of time.
Yeah, I made a mistake in the last chicane. I turned in too early. So I think I lost 2 positions to Toro and Louis Baptiste or something. I don't know what.
Louis Baptiste, yeah.
Yeah. And I made a mistake because I think I should have overtake Louis Baptiste earlier because he was really struggling with those softs.
Yeah,
I saw it. And by the time I was, I think P3, everyone behind catched up, and I had low battery. So in the last lap, in penultimate lap, I saved everything to stay ahead on the back straight, but it wasn't enough because the slipstream is so powerful in this game. And yeah, I just saw the replay. The scissor just turned in a little bit too early. That's why I spun.
Unfortunate. I think even without the spin, you would have gone P4 because you were on the hards and most of the guys around you were on softs or on the hards as well. Or do you think you maybe could have gone on the podium or maybe even gone the win?
I think today P3 was definitely possible behind Scissor. Yeah. But I think I made a mistake with the strategy because Toro was so much faster on the softs.
Yeah. That's there anything for Kevin?
No, I don't think so.
Alright, well, congratulations. P4 championship fight is definitely heating up. Now to the podium. This is where we usually start here. And wait, who was Caesar was P3, right? Caesar. Welcome to the podium. First of all, after Bahrain, where you got a puncture. No, wait, you didn't get a puncture in Bahrain. One mistake.
Taken out.
that was Toro who got a puncture. P2. P2. And considering it seemed like you were P5, you just managed to be at the right place at the right time, it seemed like this race, and you just go on P2, and you were able to defend sometimes, or sorry, P3. And what happened there on the final lap with Kevin in Stowe?
With Kevin, yeah, I did know that Kevin's gonna try to outbrake me in the after the arrest zone, after the straight, but so I wanted to outbrake him even more, but I guess I just turned a bit to the right. I seriously don't know. I will need to check the replay. But I wanted to outbrake myself and go a bit wide so I have a better exit. But yeah, it seems like we made contact. So I honestly don't know.
I'm gonna ask you the same question as I'm running out of questions. Personally, I would say that P3 is the best you could have gone this race. I mean, you were 2 seconds down from the leaders at the start of your first, and you managed to claw that back. You stayed out fairly long, or you pit the lap after Kevin, and you managed to come finish in front of him. So P3 absolute maximum this race, maybe P2 because you were P2, but you just didn't get the right momentum coming out of Stowe.
I could have fight for P1, but I made a mistake and then I couldn't stay in DRS, and so obviously Toro had softs, so he just got away with it. Otherwise, I would have probably stayed in DRS. But yeah, in the last corner, I made a mistake on that lap and I just dropped out of DRS, and so yeah.
All right, Nedzo, anything for Mr. Seasol?
No, it's all right. You can take
You
the
want-
interviews from here if you want. You seem to be confident.
I was about to ask you to take Tamar, but okay. Tamar, P2 in what I think is your first race. Am I correct with that?
Correct.
Correct. Congratulations. 100% podium streak. Not everyone has that. Not even the great... not even myself. Even I don't
Not
know.
even I have that.
Yeah, not even Nedzo has it, so you're really special with that. You were, if I'm honest, I completely forgot you were in that train around lap 22. All of a sudden I see you going on the outside of Rajic, or better said, through him, through Cobson, Maggots and Beckett's, and then you somehow got P2. How was your race? Were you just sitting behind and waiting for them to make the mistake, or what was your strategy?
Well, first of all, I came into this race unprepared, so I wasn't very optimistic in winning, but I found out I had pretty good pace in qualifying. P4 only took, or P3, I forgot, only 2 tenths off the leader. And yeah, my strategy was just to save battery and when the moment's right, overtake people without losing too much ERS. There's a couple of things I could have done
He just
better,
got away with it.
and
Otherwise,
with overtaking, it got a little bit iffy. Some people moving under braking, too much. But it is what it is. We'll learn from it. And yeah, just got very lucky in the end to get P2.
Do you think you could have been on the podium this race, or do you think like P5 maximum and you just maximized your race, or do you think you were just there because you were able to just stick within the DRS? Because sometimes it was tight. It was like 9 tenths going onto the hanger, but then you seem to gain some time back and you managed to stay within 1 second.
Well, yeah, I did a couple of mistakes here and there through the race, and the damage I got on my wing didn't help. But then I had to convince myself that it is what it is, that situation, just go forward at it. And yeah, I mean, it's always these questions of what if, but if that crash didn't
I mean,
happen,
if my mom would have balls, she would be my dad.
basically.
Congratulations on your podium, though, and hope to see you in the interview channel. More now to our race winner. Me and Nedzo were talking about his strategy, thinking he went a bit too long on the mediums, but when I talked to him, it seemed like everything was calm and under control, and I'm kind of holding in my laughter to what he just sent in the chat, to be honest. So, Toro, P1, you was fighting for the lead. Before you pit, after you pit, and then you just managed to break DRS to Kevin through cops, and ever since then, you didn't say goodbye until the final lap and the final sector. What happened? Did you spin? Because we caught the last, frames of that. You came from the grass or something.
Yeah, I spun. I think I felt too much confident. I mean, yeah, well, I had a good pace, and well, I wanted to do. Of course, I think that I will get a penalty. I'm not sure though, but I wanted to have the gap that I will still win. I mean, yeah, but I fucked up, and from the 3 seconds lead, I'm now I think 1.5. Yeah, I
Yeah.
spun. Yeah, I spun. I would jump out of the window if I wouldn't, if I would lose position, but yeah, I didn't. So yeah, I'm winning right now. I'm happy.
Yeah, especially since those guys were fighting so much. I think the gap would have been 4 seconds, maybe even 5.
Yeah.
The strategy. I mean, when I talked to you at the start, me and Nedzo were like, is he really going to take the mediums that long? But do you think it was the perfect time to pit for them? Did you maybe wait for Rajic to give you some information on how the softs were, or was it just your gut feeling to pit lap 17, I think it was?
I mean, yeah, I was thinking to do a one lap more, but I saw that I will be P7 after the pits, and well, okay, I don't
Behind
want to be
Ramos.
behind the Ramos, yeah, because I think I would lose time, but I don't know why. Somehow I was behind Rajic. I don't know why, but yeah, well, we had to swap, and yeah, I had a good pace. Mm, yeah.
Well, congratulations. Let's hope it sticks. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for Silverstone Round 2. Championship fight is heating up, especially if every race is going to be with these 5, maybe 6 if Luis decides he wants to finish a race in the future. It's going to be close, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back tomorrow, in fact, for Tier Saturday Round 2 as well. So don't go anywhere. That's it from me and Nedzo tonight. Thank you very much, and goodbye.